It's the end of the season, but the beginning of so many new chapters on tonight's Younger finale. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Happy Hump Day, everybody. It is your favorite after show, the Younger Aftershow, right here on AfterBuzz Comedies. I am your host for the evening, Tsahai Wilson, and we have some news and gossip tonight, our special segment, Younger-isms, and some predictions for you, and a recap of everything that happened in this amazing finale. But first, let me introduce you to my other panelists. Farai.
Hello.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm kind of sad it's the end.
I know. It is a bit bittersweet, but we have so much to talk about. We also are missing two of our other faves, Alice and Taylor, who are out this week. Thank you so much. We've loved having you, and we are with you in spirit, right?
Yes, we are. Wish they were here.
Yes. But first of all, okay, so let's get into it. What were your overall thoughts?
I really liked it, but I was like, why did it wait till 2020?
I know. I liked it. We had that amazing ending. Everyone looked beautiful for the wedding. You know, this is why I dressed up this evening, because I wanted to feel like I attended.
Right.
You know, it was a special occasion. And it was nice to see Diana so happy. That
Right. Thank you for sparing me the drama, Diana. Like, I'm so glad there's no objections, no nothing, even though the mom was super shady. Like, other than that, like, just thank you for sparing me, though. I hate when I watch wedding drama and something gets in the way. I thought Josh was going to come and disturb and make a scene. Can we not do that, please? In 2019, can we stop doing that?
I know.
But that's why I loved it, too. It was just so peaceful, and everything worked out the way it was supposed to.
Yeah, but we did have a little interruption at the end, because, you know, I was surprised, but we'll talk about this. Charles,
you were not surprised.
You know, I knew it was coming, this Charles proposal, but I don't like when people propose at other people's weddings, so we'll discuss that a little bit later.
It was a low-key proposal, though.
I know, but still, inappropriate Charles, but Anywho, we'll start with Kelsey. So our girl Kelsey has decided to leave Millennial. She wrote that letter that we finally see on Charles's desk, and Liza is trying to stop her from giving it to him, and actually, like, runs to try to rip it up, which I thought was so funny.
I thought that was so funny, and I was like, wow, this is a different wild side of Liza that I haven't seen before. Josh is out of the picture for 2 weeks, and now you're just doing all these antics.
I know.
She definitely needed something to do now.
Liza is still teetering right now. She's a little all over the place in this episode, because I think she's trying to, again, be the peacemaker, trying to hold everyone together, trying to keep things the same, even though she's the person that caused so many changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Which is bold and commendable.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be me, but, like, bold.
And then, you know, Kelsey goes to Charles and says, listen, no, I'm sticking to my guns. I really want to leave this company. It's the best thing for me. How did you feel about her leaving but not having anything, like, lined up and being prepared? Like,
I felt okay about it. I feel like people do that all the time. She was right when she was talking to Zane. She's been in a lot of different positions. She was an editor, now she's a publisher. She has been a publisher. Like, she could do it. I was kind of annoyed that Zane was like, you can't do this. And I would have been like, what are you talking about? She basically actually did do it. So,
right.
I don't know. I just thought, I get where she was coming from. Like, why would you spend all this time at this company not to grow and fly and do your own thing?
You're right.
So I just thought that was weird.
Zane was such a hater.
Yeah, he's jealous. And I don't know why everyone wants them to be together. Like, he's the worst. He doesn't want you to shine. And I just feel like she knows that, but she's just like, oh, there's nothing better. So it's like, and he's kind of nice to me when we're not talking about work, but, like, all they have in common, like, is work and what they're doing. Like, he's just too concerned about what she's doing. She should have never asked him for advice in the first place. You never ask a hater for advice. A hater's always going to tell you to do the opposite.
But see, that's what happens when you're in a romantic relationship with them, because you think, oh, this person's looking out for my best interests. But in this case, Zane was very clear about how he felt about Kelsey branching out. He was not supportive at all. And he was like, you know what, I know your limitations. But do you think his hate was really coming from her rejecting him on the relationship front?
I'm confused still about their relationship. I don't think they have. I feel like I missed the whole portion where like they had a relationship. To me, it seemed like they were strictly just banging, and then like it turned into something more. But like I feel like their love festers for like work competition and like work squabbles. So I'm like, what is this on what grounds is this a relationship? He doesn't know your family. Does he even know your middle name? Like I don't know. Like I don't know. They never talk about anything but like how they feel and how they feel about work. Like, I don't know.
They had
I
that
just
one
don't get it.
conversation where they talked about feelings, but I think, you said you don't ship them yet, but this is a kind of a ship, but it's a situation ship. It's not a real relationship just yet.
Exactly.
I think it's been so choppy, it hasn't been consistent, so that's why you're confused, because I think we're all confused. Like, wait a minute, how could this move forward if they've been so off and on so many times? So.
Right. And then sometimes you never know if they're off or they're on. If you notice, every other episode, they're like on and off. Like, it's on one episode, off one episode, and sometimes they're on and off in the same episode. So it's all just a game of chess. I don't get it. She needs to find someone better.
I think they visually look cute together, and I like the way they look together, and I like the fact that he's fun and spontaneous, and he brings out like this wild, sexy side for her. But on the professional side, he has rarely been helpful.
No.
And now that she at this point wanted to leave Millennial, I think it would have been good for her to kind of separate work from her relationship with him.
I agree, and I think that would work also in her friendship, especially with Liza. They're always talking about work, and it was nice to see them talk about things other than work.
Yeah. I was excited at the thought of Kelsey starting her own thing. I like a woman doing it on her own, and her not having to answer to anybody, her just like making all the decisions for herself without having to run it by anyone. And she was at a point where she was kind of doing that in Millennial, but then Charles came back, and then again here she had to go run things by him and Zane occasionally. So it was just, I was excited for that. So, but she with Kelsey, we'll kind of wrap things up. Charles offers her shares in the company, which he was kind of desperate at the wedding when he kind of pitched that idea to her.
I don't even think she should have taken that.
Right.
I feel like she should have done it on her own. She could have gone back and taken that offer if she fell on her face anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wish she didn't do that. I was kind of like, really, sis? That's what we're doing?
I know. It felt a little like desperate. And I understand they're like, oh, you're family, but hello, you've like done her dirty a couple of times, Charles and Zane, so.
And also Quinn, at least she was upfront about her dirtiness for the most part. I mean, it is kind of shocking that the person who is the reason why you're out of that position wanted to do business with you anyway. Like,
but does that speak to like keep your friends close and your enemies even closer? You know how people say that? Like with Quinn, she knew what she was going to get, whereas with Millennial and Mercury, or menopause as Redmond called he she was thinking that they're close and tight, and she's here risking herself and her career for them, but they'll turn on her at any moment.
I feel like every time they turn on her, it's very situational. I don't think they intend to turn on her. I think that's just what the outcome ends up being. Yeah. So I don't think it's like intentional, but with Quinn, it's like she will intentionally turn on you if like the slightest thing. Like, oh, Liza's 40. Like, okay, let's make a big deal. I'll pull my money out. Like, all because of your campaign. Like, I am not voting for her, by the way.
Well, Quinn's campaign is doing very well, and she does not need our vote. But you know whose votes we do need? Our fans.
Yes, we do.
Tell us why.
We definitely do, because before we move on to our next topic, we just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk, and for us to continue to grow, we could really use your help. So make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, and leave us a comment, because we've loved doing this all season. We love Younger, we love the fans, people who comment, all of it. So you're the reason why we keep doing what we do. So make sure to like it so we can actually keep doing what we do.
That's right. Season 7, here we come. And I just want to shout out to everyone that, like you said, that has commented throughout the season. Your support has meant so much, and to see like our audience grow is totally because of you. And I've enjoyed commenting with you and hearing your feedback. It's meant the world to us. So shout out to our girl and giveaway winner, Layla Kumar. We also have Terrence Harris Hughes, who commented last week. Nancy Rose said, I love this panel, and Nancy, we love you too.
Oh, love you, Nancy.
I know, she's the best. So thank you guys so much, and to everyone that's continued to comment. I got a comment from Sin Ika, who said that such a nice and kind panel, and he said, I'm in love with your voice, so soothing and sweet. That's like how a hug should sound like.
Oh, to me?
To me, Farai.
You were looking at me like, I was like, wait.
Telling you what he said.
You didn't say who he said it about. I was confused.
Calm down, Farai, okay? People want you to have your own show. And guys, look, 2020, if Farai gets his own show, look, are you going to let me be on your panel?
we'll talk.
Ouch.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
No, I'm kidding. You can totally come anytime.
Thank you,
And Pamela
thank you.
Redmond, if you're watching, you can totally come on my show, Pamela.
Yes, Pamela, thank you so much for being a guest this season. We love you so much. So we appreciate you being here and everyone's support. So back to our show. And Farai, you know, I'm going to just show up on your show when you get it. I'm just, whether you invite me or not.
Okay. I think security's in the budget.
Speaking of security, fortunately, Diana did not need security at her wedding. We see her and Lauren continuing to prep. And Enzo's uncle made a special gift for them of this ice sculpture. When you saw this toilet/fish combo, what did you think of this?
Well, at first I was like, why would you make a sculpture like that? Like, when there's food around, like, toilet and food is just not, like, no, that's just not it.
Yeah, I mean...
And the trout, wasn't that kind of, like, rude? Well, the trota. Wasn't that kind of rude? Because she was supposed to be the trout. So I was
I was like, wait a minute here.
What?
And then I was like, okay, yeah, I get the toilet meant the plumbing, but he could have picked some pipes or something.
no, this is why he needs to elevate.
Yeah.
I need him to get, like, a non-plumbing job. How do you elevate from plumbing to what else do you do? Do you work at, like, Home Depot or something?
He owns the company. He's an entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. We're supporting entrepreneurs here on Younger. We're supporting Kelsey. We're supporting Enzo. My bad, entrepreneurs.
So the Uncle Joe's piece did not last because our girl Lauren decides to take a picture of her vagina on the ice sculpture, gets stuck. Maggie has to pour hot coffee on it, and then it's destroyed. But I think this was all part of the plan, right?
I feel like I thought that too, and then I thought she was gonna pee in it so it could.
I thought she was gonna pee in it too. I was like, Lauren, we know Lauren is wild. So.
Yeah, no, she is. She really is. She's a true millennial. I don't even do the things that she's doing. I'm Gen Z, technically. We're more civilized than that.
Yes, you're polished. But what I loved about this is, you know, we've seen Lauren plan so many events over the years, and they're usually over the top. Remember when Kelsey had that birthday party, and she had like the trapeze people and all those things, and the hawk? Remember there was a hawk?
Oh my God, yeah, I do remember that. I was like, wow, I want to go there.
Yeah. But for Diana, you know, her diva, she made it classy. And later on in our news and gossip segment, I'll show you some photos from the wedding guest that you'll see tonight. So it was super cute. But another person that helped out during this wedding was Maggie. She kind of saved the day, and she created a beautiful sculpture.
I know, it was so pretty. I didn't really notice it until the end. I was like, oh my God.
I know, Maggie's a real artiste, and I think that was a beautiful like contribution and gift for the wedding. For
Another entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs supporting entrepreneurs
Do you
here.
see what I'm saying? I feel like it's a sign for
I know. It's a sign that Liza needs to write a book called Younger and sell it to a company.
You know,
I thought she was going to do that and she was going to sell it to KLP or something else.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. Save it for predictions. Let's hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. At this wedding, how beautiful was Diana as a bride?
I know, she was so chill.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, so chill, gorgeous. She didn't even I thought she was going to be totally bridezilla. Actually, she wasn't even really bridezilla. Every demand she wanted, she was more like, just do this, get it done.
Yeah.
It's fine. And then she would show up and it was there. So Liza was really good. And Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren was better. Liza actually was like kind of, again, frazzled during this maid of honor duties, and Diana kept on joking with her about it. But she came through in the end, and that moment that they had when Liza said, you know, congratulations, that was really heartfelt because they've come so far.
I know.
And everything's out in the open now.
A lot happened this season. Didn't she just find out she was 40 like 3 weeks ago?
That's what I'm saying. Like all these things that we've been waiting 6 seasons to happen finally happened. So this moment between the two of them I thought was really nice because it was like a full circle moment. And then our girl Diana finally gets her prince. Like,
yeah.
You know?
I'm glad there was no like drama with the groom, like him being frazzled. Oh, that would have been so annoying.
Oh no, Enzo is a class act. And so I hope we get to see more of this, the wedding, when we get into season 7, because I want to see what happens at the reception. You know, there's still opportunities for shenanigans to happen.
Of course.
Yeah. We also see at the wedding, Kelsey and Zane kind of come to a truce. Kelsey reaches out her hand and says, you know, is this me reaching
out? I'm like, no. Don't reach out. I would have been like, Kelsey.
Stop it. I know.
I'm like, the wedding's happening.
I know, but you know how weddings have that effect on people. You know, you see your friends getting married. You want to be booed up with someone at a wedding. Have you ever been to a wedding? And like,
I went to a wedding in March, but like it didn't really like mean much to me because I was like, first of all, this girl who's getting married was younger than me, so I was like, yeah, maybe one day. It was great to be there though. I like loved weddings like because I loved the free alcohol and I loved the free food and I loved like the vibe. But like, I guess I'm not at that age yet where I'm like, oh, this could be me. I don't know.
I just like the part where we get to dress up and there's music and food and like your whole crew is there. That's the part. I never like. I never am like, oh, I wish I was getting married. No, I'm like happy for the couple. I hope they make it. I hope no one cheats, and I hope within 5 years they're still together.
Yeah, I think that too. I do think that. That's funny that I'm not even kidding. Like, I really do think that. But I don't think that will happen with the wedding I went to. I don't think they'll cheat.
Okay, well, blessings to her. Yeah. And blessings to Lauren and Maggie also. There was a moment there where even Lauren was like, are we rekindling?
I know. Do they just make up their minds like that? I love that.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, they've also had so many relationships over the years. And I think Lauren seemed, watching the old episodes, as you guys know, I just keep Hulu on and it's on. Lauren, she was happy in that relationship. And she broke up with Maggie because she met that doctor guy, remember?
Yeah. Oh my God, how did I forget about that? What a blast from the past. I think I'm going to rewatch Younger now that
you should. It's actually really good. And just to see how everything's come full circle. Like something that I wanted to bring up before we end, guys, is how I realized that the reason Liza broke up with Josh was because she wanted him to have the opportunity to have a child, right? And start a family. Now that has happened, I feel like it definitely opens up the road to return, which I'll get into now with this Liza and Josh situation. What do you think? I know you're not here for it.
I don't know. I just think that like that happens in every breakup. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, okay, say she was with him hypothetically. Like,
yes.
What would?
What
is there left to?
It would be a different. It's kind of like starting over fresh because
she has to raise kids all over again.
Hello, with Charles, she has 2 young ones to raise.
They're older. They're not infants. Those girls, they're fine.
But actually, if she raised baby Gemma starting now, baby Gemma would already think she's the mom because we know how homegirl Claire is not the best mom in my eyes. So it might as well be Liza, who's experienced and whom Josh already loves. I think it's a win-win. It's sounding like a win-win to me. I know. Think about it. But we see Josh come to the wedding because he wanted to ask Liza if he could use the artwork that he made for her. Now, so this
I had to remind you that. You didn't even know that. Mrs. I'm watching Hulu.
Okay, I missed that part. Okay, I may have been washing dishes at that moment when they got tattoos. So wait a minute, they have matching the same tattoo, or he just tattooed this on her?
I thought it was matching tattoos at first. He tattooed it on her. The reason why he did that is because there was a point where they weren't getting bored in their relationship, but like it dawned on him that she had done everything that was like wild in a relationship because she was married before.
Oh, yes.
So that was like the one thing that she hadn't done, and then she was down to do it, and then she did, and it was like a special, like cute moment.
I'm down for Josh to tat me anytime. I too have no tattoos, so it is something we could share together. Wink, wink.
Oh my God.
Do you have any tattoos?
No, you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley.
But another thing.
But you would on a Ferrari.
That's
you
right.
would on a Ferrari.
But look, I don't have one. I'm saying I'm waiting for it has to be super meaningful. I mean, Beyonce has a ringer tattoo. And happy birthday, Beyonce.
Oh my God, yeah. Happy birthday, Beyonce. Beehive, come over. Give us the views. Also, that's funny that you said that. It was like, we did a whole show today about Beyonce being her birthday. And then all the things we did was like all the people who the Beehive has attacked. And it was funny. But anyway, back to Younger.
Yes, back to Younger. And one other thing I wanted to point out is that Liza, remember, she hasn't had much relationship experience. She got married and pregnant very early, and her husband was her first, then Charles, and then Josh. So she hasn't had a lot of experience. So I could see why, even though she may have loved Josh, she wanted to test things out with Charles because, she never had a lot of experience with other relationships,
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like, again, it's time to come back. But anywho, Josh, Liza says yes. At first, you can license my tattoo, but then she says no, and she starts looking at him longingly. I mean,
was it longingly?
You thought she was just like staring into dead space?
She was just like, I can't believe he just came all the way over here to ask me that. How dare he? That's how I read it, but I'm petty, so maybe it was longingly.
I know. I just think
Pamela, is that how you wrote it in the book? Longingly? No, just kidding. That's not in the book.
I know, but Josh, I mean, the fact that he showed up at the wedding, I really was happy about, but I did think he was going to propose to her then and there. No.
Josh?
Yeah.
No. No, he was not going to do that.
I was wishful
You're
thinking.
doing the most with your theories. That was not going to happen.
I just wanted it to happen. It's just what I wanted. Fortunately, Josh doesn't. He's like, okay. He seemed happy that she didn't want to license the tattoo. Why do you think he was like? He was like, good, we're kind of on the same page. Why do you think he got a little emotional?
Because it's like, I think it was more of like, well, I'm glad it meant something to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes that was even better than ever.
Do you think Kelsey, when Liza and Kelsey met up, Kelsey was like, I know you want to ask about Josh. He's doing great. And speaking of, hello.
I did not think she wanted to ask about Josh. I think they were totally on like a different topic. Like, they could have wrote that a little better.
You know, any moment to slip Josh in, I'm happy with. But I mean, he is on her mind, and she is, I feel like Liza's such a peacemaker, a peacekeeper. She always wants to keep the peace amongst friends. And even though she told Josh she doesn't want to see him, I think he's still such a big part of her life. Do you think...
I mean, there's a lot of people who are a big part of your life, and then they come and go. People come and go.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
You know.
So he came and he went to Midtown.
Yes. Came and went to Midtown. Yes, his business is doing very well. Another entrepreneur.
Oh my God! Well, is it an entrepreneur? I thought, is it an entrepreneur if you go out for your own business? He's working at a company.
No, but his business partnered with another company. You remember?
Okay, so, entrepreneurs supporting other entrepreneurs.
So many entrepreneurs. And speaking of another entrepreneur, there's this book of the week, JOMO IRL.
Yeah.
The joy of missing out in real life. I kind of missed the connection. You know how usually the book connects to the episode, but like I couldn't connect it. Like, was it more? Do you think the book was used to show that Liza and Diana can't make decisions without Kelsey? Because remember, Kelsey was like, that book sounds so stupid, and Liza was kind of
on it.
Yeah,
because it related to her in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think she's missing out on?
I think she thinks that she's missing out on like these. I don't know. Actually, you're right. What is she?
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? But I think she's definitely missing Kelsey. I think she's missing the way things used to be when everything was kind of, the family that was all together. And I feel like she's missing Charles. I mean, Josh.
What'd you say?
Missing Josh, not Charles. But speaking of Charles, so at this wedding, Charles was very emotional. First of all, he asked Liza to go on vacation with him and his two daughters and bring Caitlin. Caitlin, where are you?
He asked her that at breakfast.
At breakfast, yes.
Yeah, when they found out, when they found about Quinn, and Quinn was like, "Hi guys."
Yes. But I'm just saying, he did ask her that. What did you think of that pitch for this family vacation?
I don't think it's far-fetched. They've been dating for a while. They both have kids. They might as well merge. Like, we didn't really see enough of Caitlin. So, yeah, I think that's normal. Especially in, like, adult relationships.
Yeah, I was like, for me, it's still, I'm like, we're moving on to these big milestones.
I mean, but it's not that weird. Like, she's met his kids how many times?
I know, but did you realize, it wasn't until that moment that you realized that Caitlin has never met his kids. And has she even met Charles before?
Maybe not, but I just also remembered that, like, is she allowed to be around the kids because of
the mom? Yes. We never got the resolution with that, but I think there was a brief moment where Charles said something about he's renegotiating the terms with his ex-wife. So I mean, but what's gonna stop him? He's over here ready to proposing and stuff.
I mean, like, can his ex really be mad for that long? She's like age appropriate. Yes. Like, it's bad. I don't know why she was mad in the first place.
She was just hating and jealous.
What was her name again?
I forgot.
Pauline.
Yeah. Yes. I want to say Pamela, but no. Pamela's lovely. Pauline is not. And then at the wedding, Charles request their song to be played, "Take My Breath Away." I thought that was sweet.
Oh, I'm surprised you thought that was sweet, though. You can be like, ugh, can you believe you requested that song where Josh and Liza were in the middle of a moment?
No, it's just, Charles was just so emotional. Here he is practically begging Kelsey to come back and giving shares of his company away just to get her to come back. I was like, whoa, I didn't realize she meant that much to him.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just feel like he just didn't want her to be competition.
Ooh, that's like a Zane move.
Well, yeah, clearly the apple does not fall far from the tree. Zane and Charles are like peanut butter and jelly. They just go well together.
And you know what? You know why the addition of Zane is good for the company? Charles didn't have like a guy it was
always like women, female dominated.
Yeah. So now I think he loved.
Not that that's a bad thing.
Not at all, but I think he just likes having another guy to like bounce things off of, even though they're kind of a devious duo, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So he asked Liza to go on vacation with him and his daughters. I loved when she said Caitlyn would charge him to babysit.
She would. She's sticking her face in bread. Like, clearly she needs a coin.
Yeah, she definitely does. And then
I admire her business instincts.
Yeah. And then Charles, at Diana's wedding, proposes to Liza. And that's where we end things. Okay, so you said you were expecting this proposal.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting it. But I guess I wasn't really expecting her to not say anything.
It could have gone either way for me, but what I didn't expect is I thought Liza was going to give him an answer right then and there. I thought she was just going to say yes, just to say yes, just, out of feeling a little obligated, even though I still feel like, yes, she's committed to Charles, but there's still a part of her that's torn. A little bit, definitely. I don't like when people propose at other people's weddings. I feel like
he whispered it quietly in her face. No one else heard. You know what is annoying at a wedding is when everyone is around. I propose. Like, no,
that's rude. I'm glad it was subtle. But we see that Liza doesn't know what she's going to do. And I think she was happy that Kelsey comes rushing in to say that she's going to accept Charles's offer. I think that was like the break she needed because she really needed to process it. Because think about it. Here she's divorced. First marriage didn't go well. Maybe she wants to kind of keep things like just keep Charles as her partner and not necessarily get remarried again and go through the risk of having another divorce. Like, she's traumatized,
true,
you know?
And losing all her money. Oh, my Lord. She was a mess. I just remembered all that.
But wait a minute. She'd actually gain some coins if she married Charles, right?
Well, I don't know. He's always giving out these business offers and loans and things. And I'm just kind of like, where are you finding the money to do this now? I don't know.
Speaking of money, I want to backtrack a little bit when Zane told Kelsey how much money that Charles invested in starting the new company. I didn't realize it was that much. Like how much
was
money?
$800,000, right?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, right, because he put his house up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, that was a lot. I was like, darn, Kelsey, where are you going to get all that money? And then here comes Quinn, who we see back trying, about to work with Kelsey.
I know. That was a bold move.
Right?
Bold.
Did you know she was going to go to Quinn, or did you think she was going to go to someone else?
No, I was wondering. I'm like, who's she talking? I thought she was making like a video and like sending it out somewhere.
Me too.
And then I was like, huh? I was like, what? This woman is the devil.
I know. Quinn, they try to get rid of her, but she keeps on coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I also found it interesting how this social media incident with Kelsey still kind of was having a negative effect on her brand, but our girl Kelsey never gave up.
Yeah, right? That is crazy.
She kept on pushing through, and so you know what we have to push through with the rest of our season, and we can't wait to, continue watching season 7 when it starts, 2020?
I know. That sounds so far.
It takes a long time. But let's get into our special segment, Younger-isms.
Yes, Younger-isms. I have so many. I'm so excited.
Yes, I'll start. Okay, I loved when Diana was making fun of Liza, and she said, "You're 1,000 years old. How could you be so bad at this stuff?"
That was mine, too. You always take mine.
We start writing at the same time. That was when she was teasing Liza about being a bad bridesmaid. Then there was one. I have a couple. Then there was one from Kelsey where she says, you have to, when Kelsey was telling Zane that she couldn't be with him because she's kind of at a crossroads in her life. I love this. She said, Kelsey, you have to feel good about yourself to make room for other people. Did you remember that when she said that? Do you believe that? Like, if you're like unemployed, figuring out your work situation, do you think a relationship would help you or hurt you at that time?
Hurt you. I've been in her situation though. I'm the type of person that has to figure myself out before I care about anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm like, obviously I care about people all the time, but it's like before I can like even like put my effort into somebody else.
Yeah.
Because I'm more of a one thing at a time, and when like no, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I know. Relationships, you have to like give people attention. They need your.
And you don't want to bring anything negative into a relationship.
No.
Like, ugh, I'm struggling. Like, it just like is annoying and like
struggle life is not cute.
No, it's not cute. I don't like that.
Maggie also said, "You quit your job to be a player, so be a player." You see, Maggie wanted her to go out on her own.
Yeah, she did. I agree. I think she still should.
Maybe there's still a chance. Yeah. And then
you know how mad Zane's gonna be, by the way, when he finds out about this little deal. His head's gonna explode. He's gonna be like, "Well, I should have just told her to go out for business for herself."
Yeah, because she would have accomplished something that he said that she couldn't. Also, the guy pitching the book, I didn't get his name. He said, "You can miss a day online and the world doesn't come to an end."
Duh. Not yet, anyway.
Exactly. And then my favorite and my final youngerism this season was Redmond, who said, "Why do you even call it millennial anymore? Because it sounds better than menopausal."
That was like, rude.
Shade. And then he keeps on joking about Liza's height.
He's
so mean to her, but I love
so
him.
Mean. And I was like, why did he? I would have taken his invite back.
I know.
I would have been like, you're not coming anymore.
I know, but Diana, she just wants everyone to see her joy so they can spread the
message.
Yeah,
and she needs to keep connections. Yes, fair enough.
Exactly. It's more professional than personal. So what were your youngerisms?
So mine, I loved the one when Diana was like, "Oh, Kelsey, she forgot to book this meeting. She forgot to book this." She's like, she's dropping little bombs everywhere.
Yes.
And then my second one was... she goes, "How can you be a bad maid of honor? You're at that." Oh wait, that's the one.
Twinsies.
Oh no, my favorite one was when they went to go see that sculpture, and she's like, "This is Queen." She's like, "I crossed a bridge. You could have just sent me photos." Like that was dying. Me, anytime I go downtown LA, like I'm like, why am I here?
There's always fun experiences when you travel for things, so I love that. Next, we'll go into our news and gossip segment. So as you know, during the week, I Chrome Instagram for some of our images of our favorite cast members, and this time they're all from the wedding. What I loved about these images are they're like the photo booth images that you see. So we have Zane and Kelsey here. Kelsey, how pretty was her dress at the wedding?
Oh, so pretty.
Right?
So
looked
pretty.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, and this is from the Younger Instagram. It says, "Put on your best attire. We're only 4 hours away from the season finale." So they posted this a little bit early. But I also love the things that they're holding. Like Kelsey's holding a little microphone because, she's a singer. Mm-hmm. And then Zane's little, what do you call it? Little sign says, "I heart her." So next one is where we see Kelsey and Lauren together.
I love their friendship in real life.
I know. Lauren in her caption said something about, "Is this finally where Lauren proposes to Kelsey," or something like that. I was like, wouldn't that be funny? We've never seen, like, what if like they ended up together that was so randomly,
Right.
That was just funny. Then we see Charles and our wedding planner, Lauren. Charles's little sign says bride, and Lauren says groom.
So cute.
It's adorable. Then we have our next one. Look at the handsome Enzo. His little sign says, "I'm here for the booze." But how handsome is Enzo as a groom?
Yeah, so handsome.
He looks gorgeous.
Especially when you take the plunger out of his hands.
Oh my gosh, he has a little cigar in his hand. You better stop talking about Enzo. Then we have Maggie and Liza. Maggie's sign says,
a duo.
Yes, best friends. Maggie looks gorgeous. And I'm so happy that Liza's dress was normal, but it was different than all the other bridesmaids' colors, I noticed. Mm-hmm. Liza's sign says, "I'm here for the cake," and Maggie says, "Best date ever."
Aww.
And then Liza's solo in this one, just with a sign that's like pictures of roses that says love, because, she's in love. And then I had one more from my girl Molly Bernard's Instagram. It says, it's a picture of her and Maggie where it says, it's the season 6 season finale tonight, babes. This is not the one to miss. Is there a plot twist? Will Kelsey finally get down on one knee and ask Lauren to marry her after all these seasons? Will Charles finally be Lauren's bride? Will Maggie and Lauren flirt till they drop? Or will Lauren be single and ready to mingle? Tune in tonight at Younger TV. So, I mean, and then we had a couple more with Josh, but you can check out Nico Tortorella's Instagram. You can see those. My handsome Josh over there singing, and his sign also says, I love her as well. So that's it for our news and gossip segment, our final one. Just like it's the end for them, it's the end for us. So let's go into our final predictions of the season.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Do you want to start?
I don't even know. I think Liza's going to say yes and then change her mind midway through the season. Like something's going to happen where she changes her mind.
Okay.
Maybe Charles will fall back in love with Pauline and then it'll just end that.
No.
Or Charles will die.
Okay. Oh, what? Don't go to a dark place. Okay, you know I'm not here for them, but I don't want him to die. But maybe Pauline hopefully finds new love. You know, I always want everyone to find love, so I like that. Okay, any more?
I think that's it. I feel like next season's going to be really predictable now that I've seen the ending.
You think so? You think,
Yeah.
okay, so you think Liza's going to say...
But I'm still going to watch.
Of course, we're here for it. We're here for it. I think she's going to actually decline and tell Josh that she really wants to give it a try with him and test out raising baby Gemma with him. I know you don't like it, but I think that's my prediction, okay? Also, but you know who I do think could get married? Kelsey and Zane.
No, they're not.
Can't you see them having like a random Vegas wedding?
No, I don't know. He does not love her like that.
I think he's definitely like he went.
What
from
are
being,
you smoking? They cannot get married.
He went from being a playboy to really. He's the one like he's like really hurt that she didn't want to be in a relationship with him. So he's really trying here. This is the most we've seen Zane try.
He's trying until she elevates higher than him.
He does have an ego issue to be worked on, and hopefully we see that next season. Hopefully, and you know what? Per Lauren's post, I want Lauren to find love. She hasn't been in a relationship in a long time.
I know. Maybe she'll get with Josh.
What? No, Josh is for Liza. Don't mess that up. But hopefully she and Maggie get back together.
I don't know. I could see that. You know what? I'm gonna predict that.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna let you have your prediction, but I don't like it. But hopefully Lauren and Maggie get back together. Diana and Enzo will be on their honeymoon. Things will be great. You know, maybe they'll adopt a little baby. Right? That would make his mom
That'd
so
be
happy.
so cute.
Wouldn't that be so
I could see
cute?
that. I could see that for Diana. I could see that for Diana.
Right? And then Diana's baby and baby Gemma can have play dates. No, it's not here for
All
it.
right,
Guys,
no.
let's...
I need to really think about this Josh thing because it's really going to keep me up at night now.
I know. I love Josh so much. And
Yeah.
you know, remember I did do my little haiku this season as, you know, in honor of him. And we love him so much. And we love all of you so much. And we love, you know, this younger panel so much. So thank you for being here for this season 6. And stay tuned for season 7 with myself, Tsahai Wilson. You can find me on Instagram at Say Hi Tsahai. Farai, where can they find you?
Farai, Instagram and Twitter, Farai with 5 eyes.
And thank you, Alice. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, all the commenters. Thank you, Pamela Redmond. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and see you in season 7.
2020, baby.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.